People talk about Xinjiang, the desert, the politics, the dust-choked headlines, but almost no one ever mentions the city that shaped its fate. I didn't plan to come here. I just kept heading west. And somewhere along the way, I found it. A city once suspended between the rule of the center and the rhythm of the frontier. The Great Wall ends here, like a fault line dividing civilizations, between what China saw as its center and the shifting frontiers it tried to call its own. If it were for this place, Xinjiang might have become a different country. They called it China's greatest gate. It sounded untouchable. I thought this city would be massive, grand, and loud. But when I got here, it was smaller than I imagined. Quieter, and somehow more alive. Maybe the smaller the place, the deeper it holds things. I thought cities in the northwest would feel worn down, dusty. But Jiayuguan felt light. Not rich, but honest. Nothing here is expensive. Breakfast costs less than $2, and people seem at peace.
一把嘉峪关人民的早餐，糊锅，我第一次吃，要一个大碗的糊锅，再要一个大碗的臊面。那里边估计，我看他说是糊糊嘛，但是那个是应该是鸡汤糊糊，因为那个糊糊喝起来挺鲜的。这里边吃的主要由这个面皮儿、面筋。还有这麻花组成的。
到账8元。
这糊锅到底是酒泉的还是嘉峪关的我不知道，但是我听说是嘉峪关人一天从一碗糊锅开始了。你看有那个小学生在那里边吃饭，马上要上学了嘛，早晨要开始上早自习了，一个小孩一个小朋友一碗糊锅。一个小朋友一碗糊锅，然后再就一个，这个茶鸡蛋臊面，是吧？哎，这个真过瘾啊！这个我没吃过面条这种吃法。嘉峪关这纸都得自己带，他每个饭店，他那个桌子上不摆纸。糊锅啊，可不是那个糊了的锅。吃完一碗出来之后，头顶都冒汗了都。
On the map, Jiayuguan looks like a hard ball, jammed into China's northwest edge. Right at the Central Plains' only narrow gateway to Xinjiang. For centuries, it stood in the path of anyone trying to pass through.
太高了。
600 years ago, this wall was where the Ming Empire chose to hold the line against the western frontier beyond. Beyond Jiayuguan lay the outer realms, lands acknowledged but not governed, tributary in name, distant in truth, drawn on maps but untouched by rule.
租的是怎么回事啊？这个？
还在船上60。
有时间限制吗？
限制。
我要穿1个小时行吗？行啊。是不是有点小？
小丹，请里面的你拿上一个。拿上一坐骆驼，我给你照相。哎。
先这个哈。放。哎呦。哎呦呵，有灯的地方吗？这儿。对。好。
对，这样对。
看大姐戴我这帽子还挺好看。
帽子也可贵帽子呀。
还行还行。
他说30几张。
200。
哎呦，200。我说都是这么看。
400 years later, this wall began to shift. What was once a final boundary became the start of something new. Jiayuguan turned from a symbol of defense into a base of movement, a launch point for campaigns into the west. From here, Qing armies pushed forward. The barrier that once divided peoples was now sending one people outward, to reclaim, to reform, to remake. And in that shift, Jiayuguan became a hinge on which the idea of China turned. Jiayuguan stood between cliffs and mountains, like an iron wall. It kept this region at peace for over 600 years. They turned back Turban 31 times, stopped the Walla, broke the northern Yuan, cut off alliances before they reached the gate.
这是我第一次玩弓。
The watchtower is here, the beacon tube, the very first signal post of the Ning Great Wall. Alone, it faces the far west. Long ago, the winds came, the wars came, and still, it had to stand. To me, it looks like a spine, pressed beneath the weight of centuries of duty. A place built not to fall, not to fail.
长城 It's so long 它得多高多高吧，都到这儿了，也没回头路了。上来转会儿。
And then, after 600 years, the world turned. Iron sand beneath the wall met fire, and in the heart of the desert, steel found its voice. Before anyone came, the wind in this barren land blew twice a year, each time for 6 months. But the wind never expected that one day it would carry more than just sand. It brought word from thousands of miles away. It brought a name and gave the land a purpose, and then it brought people. In the 1950s, a new steel plant built by a young republic began to rise from this empty ground. It called out across the nation, and people came. They put on their blue jackets and planted themselves in the Gobi Desert. More people came, the fire grew stronger, and little by little, streets appeared, canteens, schools, homes. The wind carried smoke now, the nights began to glow, and this place, slowly, started to look like a city. People had taken root, and in the stone-hard earth, somehow, flowers bloomed. They say, this is where the wall ends, but Jiayuguan turned the ending into a beginning, hot, loud, and full of life.
你看要不要？这是嘉峪关特产是吧？是。哦，第一次见，我人生第一次见。原来这是核桃。真鲜啊！然后这个生的核桃特别好吃，我第一次吃生核桃。你看这真香啊！ 这里边都是那个烤肉的味儿，全是烤肉店。我是觉得这个嘉峪关这个烤肉确实好吃，我估计跟那个牛羊肉好有一定的关系啊。羊肉粉汤是最有名的，来一碗羊肉粉汤。
那手抓吧是还是有点小羊排吧，还是羊肉片？
你别看这小城市人口不多，吃的是真多。那个富强市场那里边那一圈都是吃的，然后向左边延伸那一圈又全都是烤肉。从这个富强市场出来之后，这全都是吃的。然后还有好多穿着九钢制服的。哎呀，那是行啊，不白等。
还有特别好吃的
哦，好，
像烤羊肉串的特别好吃，建议你去尝一下。
说我们上竞品市场，我嘉峪关的人都特别和气，这是我一下飞机就感受到的。然后，这个景区到市里，都非常正规，就是达标。我从景区到市区，带着富强市场才花了9.6块。大哥，我给你点行吗？可以，反正您就给点呗吧，到时候我买单，我也相信您，行吧？杏皮水，到这儿就应该喝杏皮水。嘉峪关的烤肉啊，都是分量比较大，这都是不是论串卖的，这是论一把一把卖的。然后我怕，刚才我点了一轮，就是大哥师傅说怕我们吃不了，然后这样他说就是给我们这个品种多一点，分量少一点，这样可以多尝点东西。这是椒盐肉啊，
对，
还带劲了。我听说的有那个嘉峪关的这个年轻人去外地上学或者工作，真有这么干的啊！就是比如说明天要坐飞机走啊，或者坐火车走了，头天晚上烤一把这个嘉峪关自己家乡的羊肉串，然后抽真空带走。这个就厉害了啊！这个是椒盐羊皮，以前我没吃过，就是感觉嘉峪关人民这羊身上的每个部位他们都能吃，而且做的这个味道都很好。这个嘉峪关这牛羊肉真好，真棒，那个肉特别鲜嫩，就是之前我没听说过，就是后来人告诉我才来嘉峪关吃这个。
对，它讲究的这种火候，你恰到好处，跟多翻一个肉的口感都不一样。
哦，味儿不一样。
你那个烧炭火的那个炉子，土地就是土地，师傅就是师傅。你想上去逞个能，烤上一把肉，熏得黑吃毛乎的，你就吃不成。
刚才已经是师傅了啊，年轻的时候肯定也是徒弟。这烤羊串可不是看起来那么简单，那得有手法。这是羊骨髓，一般人还真吃不着。这羊骨髓真是人间美味。哎呀，
腰子羊蛋，
那
别
不敢吃。
那我跟你说，啥事儿没有，
啥事没有？
啥事儿没有。
哎呦，
啥事儿没有？
一个来一串行吗？
慢慢吃，别着急。除了羊毛不能烤之外，从头到脚，从里到外，绝对让你吃一顿。OK，
妥了。
这个是羊肚，
羊肚，
这个是羊头肉，
羊头肉。
对，
哦。哎呦，真好吃。
这是我们家的风干肉，这个肉好多检疫官人在外地都当消遣食品，打开这就可以吃。
是吗？
烤好打成磨包成，寄到目的地，打开这就可以吃。这个是板筋，这个是羊鞭。
羊鞭，板筋是这样的。哥，我跟你说，今天你刷新了我对烧烤的认识。羊鞭。一点都不膻，一点都不腥气，就跟吃那个就跟吃蹄筋似的这羊鞭。
2样，还有2样，整个这羊身上的各个部位的你都吃到。
羊蹄儿，
对，
我去，太带劲了。
等一会儿我给你少烤2串羊心羊肝。
羊心羊肝，
这就齐了。整个羊身上的各个部位都吃到。
羊，只要羊进了嘉峪关，只有羊毛能飞出去，其他什么都不剩。
这是腰子，
腰子好，谢谢啊。太能吃了我，看都是我吃的。
2片的是羊心，3片的是羊肝。
羊心羊肝。
对。这基本上齐了。
OK。羊心羊肝全乎了。
吃完回忆一下，你俩吃了多少个皮
？10全10美已经，绝对太厉害了这个。
应该讲光烤肉在这个全国的这个烧烤行业来说，在全国数一数二。哎，你细分的话，嘉峪关这个烤肉啊，它有10几个，差不多20个品种。你羊身上各个部位的肉，它烤出来了怎么样的火候，烤出什么样的肉，它很有讲究。
对，有羊眼吗这儿？
羊眼睛
也有是吧？
也有那提前打电话预约。我们正常来说都是切碎一个羊眼睛，切4瓣，就穿到这个羊头肉里边了。
哦，大包烤好的，点这么多，这是多少串这是？
不是，这是明天早上发快递的。
发深圳的。你好，好，谢谢，我们下回我们再来，这回算是见识了，这回见识了，谢谢。好，您忙着啊，好嘞。
Because of the stillness of the fortress, the patience of the river, and the vastness of the desert, time moves slowly here. But because of rooted lives, rising fire, and the rhythm of ordinary days, time here also flows warm and full of life. I didn't understand it at first. What holds people in Jiayuguan isn't just the view. They may look cold, but their hearts stay warm. They don't fuss, they don't say welcome. But if you truly show up, they'll truly take you in.
I'll be there for you. I'll be there for you.
我在加拿大有一个兄弟是在嘉峪关4中毕业的，我问他，我到嘉峪关，你给我推荐什么吃的？他说你尝尝我小时候吃的毛串吧。我说啥串？他说毛串，说是在这儿，我就找来了。你看就在这儿附近，找着了啊！麻烦来个微辣的。好，谢谢。4中门口毛串，我在别的地方没吃过。它这个调料很特别，这是个糊糊。那糊糊有一股那个粮食的香味儿，面糊做的。
你吃？
我说你能吃得惯吗？
吃得惯，
还可以啊。
这是我第一次吃这种东西。
还可以，能接受。
能接受。我们在那个国外上学，然后有同学，他老家是嘉峪关的，然后他说他小时候的记忆是这个4中的这个
小
串儿，他说你要去了，你去尝一尝，我们就来了。
They say this is a childhood memory for kids who grew up in Jiayuguan, but to me, it feels like more than that. It's how this city remembers, and how its people connect without saying a word.
3个1块啊！好，一共8块钱。
I used to think that a city's beauty came in frames, framing clouds, framing lakes, framing towers of glass that shimmered like stars. But in Jiayuguan, I slowly began to understand What moves you more than the scenery is a city's spine, its pulse, its heart, the way it holds history and catches people, too. If the Great Wall is a poem stretched across the land, then Jiayuguan is the final punctuation mark. But beyond that period lies something softer, stories of a small town, of quiet warmth, of rising smoke, and grilled meat. In this place, the vastness of the frontier and the warmth of daily life exist side by side. The harshness of time and the softness of living cross paths instead.